Good day guys, in today's discussion we're going to discuss the hyperbola with center at the origin. Objectives: determine the coordinates of hyperbola whose center is in the origin. Graph the hyperbola in the standard form of equation. And these are our standard form of hyperbola equation. X squared over a squared minus y squared over b squared equals 1, and it has horizontal orientation. Y squared over a squared minus x squared over b squared equals 1, and it has vertical orientation. Key points: transform general form to standard form. Identify the A, B, and C. Determine the orientation of the hyperbola and choose the appropriate set of patterns to be used. Substitute and simplify. Plot the coordinate points and connect the dots to graph the hyperbola. Determine the parts of hyperbola given the general equation and sketch the graph. This is our given general equation: 9x squared minus 4y squared minus 36 equals 0. To begin, we're going to transform the general form to standard form. This is our equation, so we're going to take this one, and we have 9x squared minus 4y squared minus 36, and then tayo ay addition property of equality, so nagdagdag tayo ng 36 both sides. To simplify, and we have 9x squared minus 4y squared equals 36. This principle is the same as transposition. Now, we divide each term by 36. So kung bakit tayo nag-divide ng 36? Dahil ang goal natin ay mag-come up sa isang standard form ng hyperbola. And we all know that the standard form of hyperbola is equal to 1. Kaya gumawa tayo ng paraan para maging 1 ang ating isang side ng equation, and then nag-simplify tayo. So here, we can lowest term 9 over 36 and 4 over 36, and also this one, to come up with our standard form: x squared minus 4 minus y squared over 9 equals 1. Now we can identify the A, B, and C of our hyperbola. So we're going to take this standard form, and then titignan natin yung mga denominator nila. Now we already identified that a squared is equal to 4 and b squared is equal to 9. So I want you to take note of this one, that ang a squared natin at ang b squared natin fixed position yan. Ang ating a squared ay nasa kaliwa at ang ating b squared ay nasa kanan. Ang nagpapalit ng pwesto ngayon dito ay yung ating mga x squared at yung y squared, yung mga nasa numerator. Now, we simplify a squared since na ang gusto natin ay a lang. Nag-square root tayo both side to come up with 2. So same with b squared to come up with 3. Now, meron na tayong value ng a at ng b. To find the value for c, we're going to use the formula c equals square root of a squared plus b squared. And then, we substitute the value of a squared, which is 4, and the value of b squared, which is 9. And then, simplify, we have 13. To collect all the data, we have the following. Determine the orientation of hyperbola and choose the appropriate sets of pattern. Here, titignan lang natin kung ano ang term na nasa kaliwa. Dahil kung ano yung term na nasa kaliwa, yun ang magsasabi sa atin kung anong orientation ang gagamitin natin. So same is true kung ano ang positive na term. Example, in this equation, ang positive na term ay x. Therefore, it gives us an idea na ito ay horizontal. We have two patterns, horizontal pattern and vertical pattern. So as you can see here, we have center, vertices, endpoints of conjugate axis, foci, equation of asymptotes, and transverse axis. So same parts lang naman tayo, ang pinagkaiba lang nila ay yung kanilang orientation. Hindi rin siya mahirap tandaan kasi A, B, and C lang din. And sa asymptotes, yung value ng B at ng A ilalagay lang natin dito sa ating equation. And hihiwalayin lang natin siya as positive and negative. Now, we can substitute and simplify since na nakapili na tayo ng ating set of patterns, since na horizontal ang ating orientation. And we already identified that our A is 2, B is 3, C is equal to square root of 13 or approximately 3.606. Our center is 0, 0 since this is origin. Vertices of our B sub 1, A0, and B sub 2 is negative A0, W sub 1, 0, B, and W sub 2, 0, negative B. Foci, F sub 1, Z0, F sub 2, negative C0, and this is our equation of the asymptotes. Now we can substitute. Pag substitute natin dito, same pa rin naman yung center natin, and then yung vertices natin, napasin natin, yung A naging 2 na, and then yung ating B naging 3 na, and then yung foci natin, ginamit natin yung approximation natin na 3.606, and then equation of the asymptote natin, yung value lang ng B, tsaka value lang ng A, and our transverse axis is 4 units. Now we can identify the coordinate points. This is our center, and then this is our vertices. This is B sub 1, this is B sub 2, and then endpoints of our conjugate. So we have W sub 1, this is W sub 1, and we have W sub 2. This is also our F sub 1. This is our F sub 2. Kung mapapansin natin yung mga relationship ng bawat points, the focus, vertex, and the center is collinear with one another. So this will also set as our guide kung tama o mali yung ating ginawa. Dapat collinear yung ating focus, vertex, at center. So same is true with the endpoints of the conjugate axis natin. So dapat collinear din sila with the center. Now, how about for the equation of the asymptote? Our equation of the asymptote is positive negative 3 over 2x. Here, we can just use the rise over run method ng slope natin. So we have 3 rise and 2 runs. So from the center, we have 2 runs. So 1 and 2, and then 3 rise, 1, 2, and 3. So tama naman ang ating slope. And since negative yan, so dito naman yung kabila, 2 runs and then 3 rise. This is our asymptotes. And then transverse axis is the distance from each focus. So we can see here, so we have exactly 4 units. So since we have from 3, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have 4 units distance for each foci. To graph, and so we have the illustration. Our equation is x squared over 4 minus y squared over 9 equals 1. And this is our graph. And that's all guys. Thank you for watching.